Hi everyone, Chris Anderson with Mount Comfort RV. We're going to do another video on a Newmar product. Today we're doing a 2023 Newmar Kountry Star. This is the model 4037, the 4037 model, which is a bath and a half with a full wall slide on the driver's or off door side of the coach and two other slides on the door side of the coach. Now, this being a 2023, I cannot give you sale pricing, but everybody always asks for the MSRP, so you know where you're at from there. We have an MSRP on this coach right at $442,000. If you want sale pricing on there, our sale price will be way, way, way lower than that, and we will be competitive with anybody in the marketplace, believe me on that, but you have to give me a call or an email or something like that to make that happen. On those lines, don't forget, if you do like this video, don't forget to ask for me. That helps me out tremendously. Obviously, selling RVs is how I make my living. We enjoy doing videos. We enjoy showing people everything that's out there from the comfort of their own home. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we do have to sell some of these, and that is the ultimate goal. So, if you're not in the market yet, but maybe someday, do me a favor and like the video. That helps us with our popularity. And if you want to get notifications of when we have other videos coming up, please subscribe to our page. That also helps. Enough with that stuff. What are we looking at? A 2023 Kountry Star 4037. This has the Ansel graphics package on the outside. That's the paint package on the outside. The Baja decor. And these cabinets, we upgraded these cabinets, and it's quite a pricey upgrade, $6,000 upgrade. These are the Bermuda glazed maple cabinets in the hardwood. It's the hardwood package, so they're not a wrapped wood, and they have the matte finish on them. So those are your basic parameters that we're going to be looking through as we go through this. Now, a real quick once over here. We'll do this a little different today, and then we'll get into a little more detail. Well, let's just do a real quick once over of the floor plan itself. I mentioned a full wall slide on this side. This slide goes from right here all the way to the rear bathroom, that wall there. And you can equip this a few different ways. Well, when we order this, we have a choice of different furniture packages. We optioned in the theater seating with this one, which has an awesome storage spot right here in the middle. And that shelf even moves back and forth. I've heard that called the liquor cabinet before, but you do you. Nice cup holders here in the middle. You step back, we have a booth dinette that does fold into a bed. So, you know, there's different dinettes. We can do kind of a freestanding dinette or a buffet style dinette here as well, but we optioned in the booth dinette with this one. Across from the theater seating, we did the sofa bed. This is what they call a fold and tumble sofa that will fold out to comfortably sleep two people. So this coach sleeps 5 people, maybe 6 if a couple of them are small. And then behind that we have the televator lifted up there that does obviously drop down and go away when you're not watching TV. I love the viewing angles on this coach. Your theater seating is directly across from the TV. If you're sitting in the forward position of the booth, you can certainly, forward facing position of the booth I should say, you can certainly see the TV very well from there. Troy will give you that angle. There it is. And then spinning the driver passenger seats around to become part of the living area. This may not be ideal viewing, although you could view the TV from here for sure. The driver's seat would be an awesome viewing spot as well. So you have some good viewing angles here. Very little carpet in this coach. We have optioned in the vinyl plank flooring. I love vinyl plank flooring personally. I have quite a bit of this in my own home. It's great with pets. That's why we have it. Pretty much indestructible in that regards. Liquids will not hurt it, and it's always very, very cleanable. In an RV, it's lightweight and durable, and those are the things we look for. So nice setup there. All right, let's get into a little more detail now that you kind of have the basic parameters of what we're looking at. Up in the driver's area, the cockpit area, you're going to notice first and foremost this coach is built on a Freightliner chassis. Freightliner chassis is a full air ride, full air brake chassis. This motorhome features a 360 horsepower Cummins engine tied to a 6-speed Allison transmission, and it also has 800 foot-pounds of torque, so quite a bit of mountain climbing capabilities there. You can tow up to 10,000 pounds behind this coach, so even if you have a heavy trailer or something like that, you're still going to get up and down the mountains very, very well. Of course, we do have the digital dash here. I don't have the key on at the moment, but trust me, that's a digital dash. Freightliner a few years ago went to having everything a little more automotive up here. They built in the Bluetooth into the chassis, and they put a microphone right here in the top of the steering column. The shifter, instead of being a push button shifter, it's actually, let me move the steering wheel, it's actually dialing this knob back and forth. This also controls your engine brake, and you can manually shift your engine from here. All of your parameters on the digital dash are scrolled through right here with your left thumb as you're going through there, and then over here we can answer our phone and work our cruise control. Wiper blades are on the turn signal stalk, and then headlight control is over here to the driver's left. Like all Newmar motorhomes, this does have a fully hydraulic automatic leveling system from equalizer in this case. Move over to our center console here. You're going to see two screens. One of them, the one on the right here, this has our navigation, which is the Nav and Go navigation, which is going to allow you to have lifetime map updates. But also you can program in your parameters of your motorhome, telling it how tall and how long you are, so it won't take you down any roads that you won't go down. Certainly we have all of our radio capabilities here as well. And then this coach has 3 cameras on the outside, the backup camera that you're seeing here, and then turn signal activated cameras that shows you what's in your blind spot. Below that we have controls for our front shades here and our defroster fans and our generator start up front. We also have some USB and 12-volt ports up here. We can lock our entry door from the driver's seat, which is nice, and then our HVAC for up front is controlled right here as well. We do have a couple little drawers here for some storage. Now I'm going to step down into the step well. This is normally not here when you're going down the road. You do press a button here and the step cover comes out, and so the passenger's feet are not dangling over the step well. This seat does rotate around, as I mentioned before, and become part of the living area. The passenger seat's nice because it actually has an incliner in it. So this seat will recline, incline, all that good stuff. It's like, you know, a little lazy boy that you can rotate around. The passenger does have a nice plug back here as well with USB and 120 volt there. So sitting here in the passenger seat, you can plug any of your devices in, and then you also have a nice little work table here, if I can get a hold of it. There we go, where you can set a laptop, work a crossword puzzle, whatever suits you in that regard. And that stows away just like that. All right, so we'll get up into it. We did option in the secondary TV here. A lot of times people want to know why we do a secondary TV. Well, if you do have guests over and they're sitting on the sofa, you really can't see through their heads, so this gives a TV that can be seen kind of from anywhere in the coach. Up top here, we do have our Wi-Fi Ranger. That's our Wi-Fi extender. So it's going to give you an antenna on the roof, which is obviously going to extend the range of your Wi-Fi capabilities. This coach has an in-motion satellite dish on the roof as well, and an automatic wind guard over the air antenna. You can see our inverter control is here. This is our energy management system for making sure that we stay within our rated power. So if we're plugged into a 30 amp service, this will keep us under 30 amps. If we're plugged into 50, same thing. But that's all controlled through this panel system here. One of the things we'll talk about when we see it on the outside is that this does have the Truma AquaGo system on it. That's a tankless water heater with on-demand hot water, so you can take a really long shower and not worry about things there. Awning control for our little over-the-door awning are these two right here. And then this one, this controller right here is our main awning. We have our security lights and our step switch here, and then control for our slide outs right next to that for our front 2 slides. So that kind of control, or that kind of sums up in a very quick manner our controls for this motorhome. Over here we just have storage with a shelf up there. Everything's lined. These doors, when you press it down, it's actually, those struts are pulling it down. They don't just hold it up, they actually pull it down as well. That with the lined cabinetry helps us keep things quiet when we're going down the road, which of course everybody likes that. The sound system that's built into here is a JBL sound system. This is not. This is a JBL sound system. It sounds flat out awesome. You can crank it. They have it tuned. They put all the little microphones in here. River Park does this for us, and it sounds incredible. If you don't believe me, come see. We'll crank it up, and if you really like your tunes, you're gonna like the JBL sound system. Something else I don't talk about enough here. Let me peel back the curtain. Every Newmar comes with this sticker in the window. There's a lot of good information on here. First of all, it tells you who your brand specialist, in this case it's Amy Ellis. Amy is a service advisor in Napanee, Indiana. Her job is to know the Kountry Star inside and out and be able to help you with that. There's her number right there. She does not work on Dutch Star. She does not work on Canyon Star. She does not work on Bay Star. Her job is to know the Kountry Star inside and out. So it's strictly loyal to the brand there. So when you need help, Newmar's there for you. That's good during the warranty period, but it's also good after the warranty is expired. They'll still help you. And then down below that is the Freightliner number. So if you have any chassis related issues, that number is right here as well. Again, you're calling directly to Freightliner. You're not calling some third party. Nothing wrong with CoachNet or any of the aftermarket roadside assistant programs out there. But when you're having a problem, say a slide room issue or something like that, you know, somebody from CoachNet isn't going to know how a Newmar slide works compared to a Jayco slide or a Winnebago slide or anything like that. They're just going to tell you, well, did you press the button? Yeah, did it work? No. Okay, well, sorry. Newmar's going to be able to help walk you through troubleshooting because you're talking to an actual brand specialist for this product. That's something that we take great pride in, and I don't mention it enough, so shame on me. We'll try to fix that. All right, so we already talked about the theater seating over here. What I will talk about is the lighting system that's in this coach. We have a multiplex lighting system in here. So these lights, number one, these are all backlit, so they're easy to see. Number two, you can have switches located in multiple places. So either right inside the front door there, you can walk in, hit two buttons and light up all the ceiling lights, or sitting right here, you can light up the ones that are most important to you, like the sconce lights, your overhead lights, that type of thing. And then little things like your TV lift here. We can hit that button and our TV goes away and we gain our window back. All right, we mentioned that this one is a hide-a-bed as well. And then we have some storage above that. Let's talk about that a little bit. Okay, let me get out of the way here. So on either side of the television here, up above the television, I should say, you have two little storage cubbies, and then in the middle, in the cabinet with a glass door on it, you actually have a spot for your AV equipment. So if you want to put a Blu-ray player in here, or if you do decide to go ahead and subscribe to either Dish Network or DirecTV to make your in-motion satellite work, that's where your receiver would go here as well. You probably didn't notice it on the TV when we showed it to you, but that was a Samsung TV, name brand there. That's a Bose sound bar. You know, there's a lot of things that Newmar does to use the top quality brands. And as you shop for RVs, pay attention to that. You're going to see more times than not, it's some brand name you've never heard anywhere else. And that's always disappointing to me when you're spending good money on a high-end, supposed high-end product, and there's brand names in there you've absolutely never heard of before. That should tell you a little bit of something right there. Okay. So this is our storage above the theater seating. I always like to point out, this is all one big cabinet. So if you do have a longer item or something to put in here, you can certainly put it in there at an angle and get items in that are not just this size, but bigger than that. Again, it's all carpeted, and the doors all have that nice tight feel to them, so they're gonna keep things quiet. All right, let's move on to the kitchen. Lots of countertop space here. This is a countertop that goes away if you want it to, okay? But there's also great drawers in here. Look at the size of those drawers. Everything's soft close. Okay, so that's gonna close. We'll push this in. We have a 3-burner cooktop. I like the way Newmar does their Corian there too. Number one, they undermount the cooktop instead of putting it on top, which gives you more countertop space when you're not cooking on the stove. But number two, when you fold it up like that, the countertop actually becomes the backsplash there. So it keeps you from griming up your window or anything like that. Over here we have our sink. It's an undermount double bowl stainless steel sink with a pull down sprayer. You know, these faucets are metal, they're not plastic, some, again, cheapo thing. All right. And then even the backsplash, you know, it's amazing to me on RVs when you see a backsplash and it's made out of something like, in a lot of cases, plastic, or in worst case scenario, wallpaper border to make it look like subway tile or something like that. This is actual Corian. This is all same stuff that's here is there, and it is cut and everything right there at Newmar. You do have a window that does open up underneath here as well. Appliance-wise up top, we have a 30-inch Whirlpool, name you might have heard of. 30-inch convection microwave. So this will cook as a microwave or as an oven, either one. And then let's get into some more of our kitchen storage. Okay, here we have adjustable shelf. I love the little spice rack up top. Okay, we'll do our upper storage, and then I'm going to open everything down low, and you can get shots of the lower storage as well. There's a lot to talk about in this kitchen as far as storage goes. All right. Again, everything's soft close, so if you just get it close, it'll pull itself the rest of the way in. All right. Put our kitchen back together. One thing I like to point out too, everybody uses either a Max Air or a Fantastic fan, and those negative pressure fans are wonderful. We all love them, especially if dinner gets a little too done here. That'll suck the smoke out of the coach. It'll also, if you open your windows, pull a nice breeze through here. But in just about anybody else's coach you see, you can actually see the fan, and sometimes there's leaves or bugs or something like that caught up on top of the screen there that's kind of a pain to clean. Newmar took the time to make this nice wood cover that goes over it. It's the exact same wood that's used on the cabinetry, so it looks good. Speaking of looking good, look at this ceiling. Okay, what you don't see are the air conditioners, because this roof is thicker, and because the roof is thicker, only the ductwork comes down into the coach, not the whole air conditioner. So by default it makes it quieter, but your return and your output ducts are in these louvered portions here. But instead of just making it some ugly functional disc, they made it look great as well. All right, let's finish off the kitchen by doing the pantry and the refrigerator. Okay, awesome size pantry. Then again, oh look, a name brand. We've heard of that one. All right. Fully residential Whirlpool refrigerator with an ice maker. Has a built-in lock in it as well, so it's not going to come open going down the road. All right. So kitchen's done, living room's done. I mentioned bath and a half. Well, let's start with the half. All right, we're gonna do two different shots of this. First of all, I'm gonna let Troy get a shot in there of everything with the doors closed so you can see it's a nice bathroom, very well laid out. This is mostly for either your guests or while you're going down the road. And then storage-wise, okay, these cabinets above the window here, that's just going to be your circuit breaker box. We'll get a shot of that, but it's your circuit breaker boxes and your wiring. Nothing too exciting there. So I'm going to open up the storage cabinets here so you can get a view. There's actually quite a bit of storage in here, in and under the vessel sink and all of that. And I forgot the medicine cabinet. Watch your head, Troy. Half baths are not big enough for both of us. All right. Moving on, due for 2023, okay? One of the biggest things Newmar did, and I think if we're being fair, Newmar was probably a little slow coming around to everything being on the touchscreen thing. I know why they're hesitant on stuff like that sometimes. They want to make sure the technology is out there and reliable, because when you start tying everything to a touchscreen, it better work, because otherwise you can have a, boat anchor, a 40-foot boat anchor. But they took their time with this, came out with a great system, and they use this throughout from Dutch Star on down through the lineup. Now, even like Bay Stars have a version of this. Basically, the higher up the line you go, the more buttons you have down here at the bottom. So could not be easier. This is our home screen, tells us what we really want to know. Okay, where's our battery voltage at? On my holding tanks, what's in my holding tanks? Are they getting full? Is it time to get more propane? Is it time to dump my gray or my black? All of that is right here. I can turn my water pump off and on, and I can turn on the ceiling lights to my different areas, all from the main home screen. So obviously the home page is what we're going to use the most. But we can go down to AGS, that stands for Auto Generator Start. We can program in if we want our generator to start at a certain temperature, a certain time, or a certain voltage. That can all be done right here. And then we'll move over. HVAC is probably the screen you'd use the second most. We can turn on whether we want to turn on our furnace or our heat pumps. That's done here. By the way, there are two rooftop air conditioners on this coach, 15K BTU rooftop air conditioners, and they're both also heat pumps. So if it's above 40 degrees, you can heat this coach with your heat pumps, so you're using the campground's electricity instead of your propane, which is nice. But that's all controlled right through here, as well as our air conditioning and all that. I mean, it's big. You can see it. This screen is large. I like that. And then you can kind of get a little more specific with the lighting in here. You can go at the top. Now our menu's at the top here, living room, kitchen, bath, whatever. And if it's lit up red, that means those lights are on. So I just went through, I walked in the coach. Of course, we want it all the way lit up. I hit living room, hit all those on. Then I hit kitchen, hit all those on, so on and so forth. And in 15 seconds, every light in this coach was on. I didn't have to go to each individual area over by the wall sconce and turn the wall sconce on or something like that. It's all right here in this menu. By the way, there's an app for this. You can control all of this from your phone as well. So makes life easy. All right, when we come back into the bedroom, we have a double pocket door here. All right, so we have privacy. But we also have a very open coach. The advantage of a full wall slide, okay, so this coach is only 3 slides, right? There's coaches out there that are 4. Well, if you measure square footage, this is like 4.5 slides, because normally this would be a tight, restricted area in a motorhome, and it's very, very wide open. Before I forget, we do have a central vac in this coach as well. That's what this is right here. It comes with tools. The tools plug in right there, and you can reach all the way from the front to the back of the coach. Sometimes that's down low and out of sight, and I forget to mention it. All right, come on back into the bedroom. The bedroom features a king size. This is a sleep number bed, and most people, if they have had a sleep number, they'll tell you they find their happy spot. It took me about 2 to 3 weeks once we got ours for me to figure out my wife and I are very different, which is why we could never agree on a mattress. I'm like a sleep number 90 or 95. She's like a 35. Beautiful part about the bed is that you can both be comfortable. So I think you'll like that. There is storage underneath this bed as well. So it's actually quite a bit of storage. All right. Your windows on either side here do open up. So if you like a cross breeze at night, you can certainly accomplish that. And then on both sides of the bed, here I'm going to show you here. We have an outlet that has USBs built into it, okay, plus a 120 volt plug, plus a little storage cubby there. Come over here, more Corian under the window. We have our emergency egress window there, and then we have 2 storage closets. We'll get a view of those. Looks like somebody pulled the window screen out of my egress window, but we'll put that back in. So good storage in here. Then we have 5 drawers, like these, okay. And then one little drop-down door here. This is for our AV center. So if we do put a satellite receiver in here, that's where it would go. So that's the bedroom. Let's check out the bathroom suite. Again, another pocket door. All right. Back into the bathroom. Plenty of room in and around the toilet. Stackable washer dryer from Splendide. All right. Another big fan in here. So there's one in both bathrooms and there's one in the kitchen. So like I said, you can use those for obvious bathroom use, getting the steam or anything else out of the bathroom. But also if you really do have a nice day and you want to open some windows and turn on that fan, you'll pull a nice breeze through here. And if you turn on all 3 fans, you'll have a heck of a breeze. All right, great place for storing toilet chemicals, something like that. Robe hooks in here, towel bars in here, all those things that some manufacturers skip. All right, a 1-piece molded neo-angle shower. Plenty big enough. I'm 5'9", up to 6'5", 6'6", can probably still get it done. Motorhomes weren't built for 6'5", 6'6" people, they know that already. But you could stand up in here for sure. And there's room in here. You know, it's not the same as having a 43-footer and having that ginormous shower, but it's a pretty nice shower, it really is. Okay, back in the corner, we're going to have more storage back here and a drawer underneath. All right, and then look at the depth in our medicine cabinet. Just tons of storage there. Good depth here as well for the lotions and potions. Gonna open this up. All right, and 2 more drawers. 1 and 2. So very, very ample bathroom storage. Okay, I think that about covers us wide open. Let's take a minute. We're going to flip the script here a little bit. And we're going to show you what it looks like all closed up. Okay, so like we always like to do, we show the coaches with the slide rooms in so you can get a feel for that. This one I'm going to give it a grade of about a B. Pretty darn good. I walked back through here without turning sideways at all. Obviously I'm on the bed. I can stretch out here on the bed. The whole bed is available to me for taking a nap if I want to. Refrigerator, you still have to kind of do the dance around the refrigerator, where if I want in the right hand side, I got to be over here. If I want in the left hand side, I'm going to be over here. Pantry is wide open, real simple to get into there. Half bath, that's why they hinged this door in the middle. Obviously it doesn't matter at all once the door is closed and you're on the inside, but opening that door like that, it's huge getting in here. That's not tight at all. So that's real easy to get into the bathroom. All right, as I come forward, this is probably the tightest spot, but it's not bad at all. I turned ever so slightly sideways. Right through here, there's no sideways at all, just walking through. So, you know, is it as great as one of our handicap accessible models? No, those only have one slide on the up in the living room side, and the aisleway is made for a wheelchair. But short of that, this is pretty darn good. There's a lot of space here. All right, let's show you what's on the outside of this motorhome. Okay, showing you the exterior of our 4037 Country Star. A lot of things that we see on these, but I like to go over them. Some people I know maybe get bored with it. They've seen a lot of our videos. But I try to do the same thing so I don't miss anything. So it's a little bit of a discipline for me. Full body paint, masterpiece finish, and we do have the diamond shield protected on it. That protects against the little bugs and rock chips, that type of thing. We do option in the flagpole holder. So there's a little adapter that goes in there and you can fly your favorite colors. It's a lot better than zip tying your flag to the ladder or something like that. I mentioned on the inside that we have a backup camera and 2 side cameras. Those are the side cameras that show your blind spot. We do have Alcoa aluminum rims on 22.5-inch tires. When you get up to the 22.5-inch tires, you're just going to get a better ride. Sometimes when we're trying to do a lighter duty diesel, they will go to the 19.5-inch tires. It's just not as good a ride as you're going to have on those. And certainly steel wheels will rust, don't dissipate heat as well, that type of thing. The aluminum wheels do a lot better job. Our fuel tank is a 100-gallon fuel fill, and it can be filled from either side. It's one tank that's shared with 2 different fill points. So when you're pulling into the fuel station, you don't have to worry at all about which side that's on. Our first compartment here is not a pass-through, but it's a very large compartment. So if you have any big items that you want to put in here, this is a great spot to do it. You have the full height in here, and just really a nice carpeted spot to put your items in. Our next spot is a pass-through. We're in the belly of the beast now, so that is a large pass-through storage. You can see that yellow hose there in the middle of the coach. That is for hooking up to the air system. There's basically a built-in compressor on this coach, and you can air up your tires or your toys right off of that air hose there, but a very large pass-through spot. Come back here, you're going to see the same thing, another very large pass-through spot. This is the point where I always like to point out the thickness of that floor. That floor is like this thick, okay? It's not this thick like a lot of the competition out there. This is what insulates your coach. Everybody uses an insulated sidewall and an insulated baggage door. That's commonplace. But if you don't insulate the floor, it's not going to get it done. It's not going to be a true 4-season coach. This is a true 4-season coach. Also, our seal that's around the door here. This isn't some piece of glued on or sticky tape seal that's on here. This is actually like a seal in a car door. There's spring steel built into here. It can come off and go right back on again. All right. But it's not going to fall off on its own. It's actually stuck on there very, very well. All right. These are all side swing doors, by the way, so they're out of your way. If you haven't had a coach that has doors that flip up like this, that's fine, but if the door's flipped up like this, now you have to dive under it to get to your stuff. Side swing doors do a much better job of getting out of the way. We did option in the built-in Samsung television with the Bose sound bar. It's on a big magnetic bracket there. There we go, so we can get it out and aim this the direction we want it. And then when it goes away, it's behind a beautiful full body paint door. All of these colors are paint, they're not graphics. Newmar slide rooms are flush mounted. They recess back into the wall, and that is just that much less of a possibility of having water or air leaks, and that's just a better deal, just a better way of doing things. All right, as we look through this compartment, you can see the tools for the central vac laying back in there. But again, it's another humongous pass-through storage. Now, we could have optioned in trays on this as well. And we can still put trays in here. That's something we can buy in the aftermarket and install here at the dealership level. But one of the jobs of the Country Stars, we're trying to keep the price down a little bit. You know, on our Ventanas, we're going to put trays in them. Dutch Stars, we're going to put trays in them. On a Country Star, one of the thoughts is let's try to keep the price down a little bit. And so we don't have to have a tray in every single bay. Or in this case, we'll let the customer decide if they want to do that at a later date. Into this compartment, excuse me. A lot of motorhomes don't even put a door here. You know, this area right in front of the dually rear axle is where everybody likes to put their holding tanks. But a lot of times, because the holding tanks are there, you have no storage whatsoever. Well, Newmar said, you know what, there's 5 or 6 inches here. Let's use that storage. Let's give them a pegboard. They can hang stuff there, that type of thing. So good on Newmar for that one. Let's come back another spot here. Good little storage cubby here. Again, full everything. All of these are fully insulated and carpeted. All right, move back one more. Now we're getting into the compartments next to the engine. This is chassis battery here and chassis disconnect here. That's really all that's in here that's going to be of any serviceability, not really a storage compartment. Come on to the back. This is a rear radiator coach. There's just enough here for what you need to do. You can see if your air filter needs changed. You can add and check your oil level here. You can check your transmission level, power steering, that type of thing, all back here in this compartment. You can, if you look down, see the 10,000-pound towing hitch with the 7-way plug. And also there's an air chuck right below that. So it's very common these days to use an air-activated braking system on your tow vehicle. If you do have or want an air-activated towing system, normally those are 2-part kits. One part goes on the motorhome, the other part goes on the tote itself. We don't have to worry about that because the motorhome already has that part on here. Our 8 kW generator is located in the nose, but we're a little tight in here right now, being in the showroom. To access that, you would simply pull this ripcord and the front hatch opens up. I'm going to ask you to take my word for that. These are Freightliner chassis electronics here with extra fuses from Newmar. I mentioned on the other side that we have a dual fuel fill. Here's the other half of that. Okay. One large propane bottle here. For most people, especially since this coach has heat pumps on it and has a very efficient water heating on demand system, you won't use a lot of propane unless you're really doing a lot of cold weather camping. Your furnace, which is you're probably only going to really use if it's below 40 degrees, your furnace will drink some propane. The rest of this coach is pretty darn efficient. So I can't tell you for sure how much propane you use, but most Newmar customers maybe fill that bottle once or twice a year. All right, we have 6 house batteries here on a pull-out tray, easy access, and there's a diagram there on the sidewall so you can see how they're put together if you would ever need to mess with them. This is the other half of those 3 pass-through compartments. By the way, that big cushion in the middle, that's for when you make the booth dinette into a bed. That's the cushion that is used for that. All right, let's come on back to our wet bay. This is a heated compartment. We have hot and cold water out here to wash up with. We have a whole house water filtration system to keep our water clean. We even have an easy winterization hose for when it comes time to winterize this coach. We have a black tank rinse if our black tank starts getting a little stinky, and this is where we hook onto our fresh water and fill our fresh water tank. Our knife valves are located in this compartment as well. Again, this is a heated area, so you don't have to worry about things freezing up on a Newmar. Look how clean and well labeled everything is. You're not guessing at what a knob or a lever does. It's right there labeled for you. Come back one more compartment. You're going to see a few things here. I'll point out this is one of Newmar's slide motors. Now on the full wall slide there's actually 4 of those that are synchronized by that steel shaft that goes all the way through them. But just look at how robust that is. When you see some of the slide systems out there today, I am not exaggerating when I say that there are many slide systems out there that use a motor that is the same size motor that comes in your average screw gun. If you have like an 18-volt screw gun, that's the same motor that's running some of these slide systems in and out. To each their own, but I don't think lightweight and cheap are the first 2 components I'm looking for in a slide mechanism. Okay, I want robust and reliable, and that's what this system is, and Newmar's been using it for many, many years. All right. This is our DEF tank, diesel exhaust fluid. So that's part of the after treatment for the engine. This is our storage compartment for the sewer hose. All right. We have here our 50 amp shore power cord and a built-in surge protector in that transfer switch. That's the box on the left there. Nice to have surge protection built in. It's still not a bad idea to have a secondary unit. We can discuss that if you have questions on why I say that. I won't get into deep details there, but there's method to my madness. But your electronics are protected by that built-in surge protection there. And then we have another little storage compartment back here next to the engine. All right, so before I wrap it up, don't forget this coming weekend, we are having our St. Patty's Day. So starting the 16th, 17th, 18th, we're having our St. Patty's Day sale. We have celebrities coming by, Joey Molinaro, Rupert from Survivor, lost my mind there for a minute, and then 2 IndyCar drivers, Tony Kanaan, who's an Indy 500 winner and an IndyCar champion, and Connor Daly, who's been in many, many IndyCar races. They're all coming by. They're all kinds of friends of the dealership here. They're coming by to meet and greet customers this weekend. If you want to see the times and everything, they're on our website. We would love to see you as well this weekend. Any questions, don't forget to ask for me on this or any other products at Mount Comfort RV. Thank you for watching. My name's Chris Anderson. I'll see you next time.